How to integrate Wax Express Trade on your own website. Before I begin the tutorial, I have a quick 60-second brief on the background of Wax Express Trade. Ever since the release of OP Skins, the creator of Wax Express Trade, they have taken over the digital item world by storm, and have continued to work with the community to lead the skin marketplace. Recently, with the disabling of instant CSGO item trading, OP Skins had figured out a way to resolve this problem for the community, although unfortunately were banned to ever sell any Steam related items again. With their new release of VGO, a digital item blockchain, they have had over 1 million VGO items unboxed, and now fluctuating within the community. OP Skins have now opened the Wax Express Trade API to allow the community to use the Wax Express Trade function to be used within anybody's website and designed to their liking. In this tutorial, you can find out how to introduce Wax Express Trade into your own site. What is API? I'm going to keep this tutorial as quick and simple as possible, as I believe that many watching will already have a general understanding of programming. API is a set of functions and procedures that will allow the creation of applications which access the features or data of an operating system, application, or other service. Basically, API allows us to connect two systems to work together by requesting and sending information. In the Wax Express Trade API, there are two calls. Get, this is getting the information from OP Skins, and Post, which is sending the information to OP Skins. A lot of the API events can have multiple uses and depends on what site you're going to build. But to begin, we're going to use this trade site I redesigned from Almatras's free trade script on GitHub. You can find the link to this in the description, and make sure to go check out Almatras's channel with his helpful guides and tutorials on website development. The link is also in the description. A lot of this script has been pre-prepared, which includes the API, so you won't have to do much work if you plan on using this script. But I'll still give a quick rundown on how you can use the API and implement it in ways on your own. To start, we are going to have a quick overview of what the API can do, how to implement the API. If you open the trade folder, you can have a look at the endpoints that can be used. An endpoint is a connection point on a website that connects information and replaces it where necessary. I'll simply go through one function of the API as I want to keep this video short, but for the non-developers, I hope I can still benefit your knowledge. For an example, if you look at the get user inventory from Steam ID file, we can see it's a get call, which means the parameters will request information to display on this site. It will need an authentication, including the API key. To get your API key, you need to be registered on OP Skins with two-factor authentication. A tutorial on two-factor authentication can be found in the description. Once your account is ready to go, you can go to the top right and navigate to your account. Afterwards, open your advanced options and scroll down until you find your API key. Click Show Your Key and enter the two-factor authentication code. Make sure to be careful with your code and who you share it with, as it can be used to steal your items. I've blurred my code during this tutorial for this reason. For now, you can save your code somewhere safe for a later use. Back to the inventory markdown file. We can see the parameters you can use in order to display information about a user's Express Trade inventory on your site, as well as features including sorting by parameter values, and of course, here are the parameter values in alphabetical order of received or suggested price values. There are also parameters which can provide information on the items. If you go into the standard item object endpoints, for example, on the trade site, we can see that the site gets the user's inventory information, does a case check, removes banned items set by the site, adjusts item listings to our personal site rates, and then once they are all checked, it provides necessary information on the site, such as name, ID, color, category, and image, and also price. If any information is incorrect, it will provide a prompt of an error. We can find these in our script by looking at our inventory JavaScript file, and we can modify these values on this script, so you can see other values such as where float data. You can use these functions in the API to develop your own structure on your site, and personalize it to create your own Express Trade. Make sure at the end to provide your API key and the secret. We have an API key from before, and to get your secret you need to have an accessible two-factor authentication. For an example, my two-factor auth is a Chrome extension which allows easy access to copying and storing codes. On this Chrome app I can easily export my auth information as shown, and by opening this file I can find my secret. Place the two pieces of information in the required positions in your code, and you should have a visible inventory view of your API key holder's inventory, with presented data that we called from our site, and a functional trading system. I hope you learned something from my tutorial, and hopefully this video informed you about the use of Wax Express Trade, and how you can use it on your own websites to boost the digital market workplace.